Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and let's talk VFW. Picked this one up from Amazon for 10 bucks a few weeks ago, and wow, what a blast, what a treat this film was. A definite 80s throwback if I've ever seen one. This was an amazing purchase, absolutely fantastic, and I'm happy that I picked this one up. Stephen Lang, Martin Cove, Fred Williamson, William Sadler. What better cast than that? These guys, they still know how to shine. They absolutely do now. Especially Stephen Lang. He is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Brings out the best in everybody when they are, surrounded with him in a picture. Just a fantastic actor. But basically the premise for this film, which seems like it takes place, it's like almost like an 80s throwback, the way it's filmed. But it seems like it takes place maybe like a few years, down the road from now. And you have this hyper drug is what they're calling it, where it's almost like these people get hooked on it and they don't know what they're doing. They're not in their right mind, but they know they need their fix. And they get these like this veiny looking mutation on their face. It's kind of creepy. They're almost like a mindless zombie because they get hooked on this drug. And of course you have this drug dealer and you have his little group, his little gang of people, and supplying the drugs to all these people, and they're hanging like this hangout that they have. But across the street is the local VFW, which is ran by Stephen Lang. And, a group of his friends, they're hanging out. It's Stephen Lang's birthday. And, needless to say, this is not the kind of night that they are expecting to have. This young girl, she goes to this hangout where, where all the drugs are being all the drugs are being handed out to these people. And her sister has basically, unfortunately, become hooked on this drug, and this drug dealer basically leads her sister to her death. He throws these drugs off the edge of the ledge of these stairs, and he says, "You don't want them? Go get them." And she just basically goes face first, straight down to the ground, and just splat all on the ground. And of course, her sister finds her. So this girl, to get back at the drug dealer who has done this to her sister, she goes and steals all the drugs that this guy has, to sell. And where does she make her way? Because she's being tracked by the drug dealer. All these people who are, he sends them out to get her. He's like, "Hey, you want your fix? Go find that girl." So basically, that is what they are. They are following, they're like mindless zombies. They are following this guy's lead. And where does that lead them? Because unfortunately, she makes her way across the street to the VFW, where these gentlemen are hanging out. And that is where everything really takes off. She looks to seek refuge and hide out there. And of course, they follow right in. And one of the drug dealer, his brother, is this big guy who comes in trying to get this girl. He gets his head blown off by Stephen Lang with a shotgun. And right there and then, you are in for a ride. This film pulls no punches. An hour and a half, and it does not let up at all. It is great. The music, everything sounds like it's very 80s through and through. William Sadler, he is fantastic. Fred Williamson, this guy, he still knows how to deliver. There's a reason why these guys are iconic as far as, the grindhouse style of films that were made back in the day. Even William Sadler playing Death in, the Bill and Ted films. There's a reason why, because they deliver. There's a presence with them on screen, and they are fantastic. George Wendt is actually in this for a little bit. Unfortunately, I'm not going to say what happens to good old Norm, but he is in this as well. This other younger gentleman, he also shows up, just got, stationed back in the U.S. from being out in the war, and, he comes in, looking to get a beer from the VFW, and unfortunately, he gets dragged into all this as well, but he definitely... This guy knows how to handle himself, that is for sure. And it is just a bloodbath. This gang coming after them, they do not know what they're getting into messing with these guys. These guys, they are true veterans in every sense because they hold their own. There is so much blood in this film. I heard that this film was pretty gory, and it absolutely is. This is put out by Fangoria, and yeah, I loved every single minute of it. Stephen Lang, like I said, unbelievable. He was fantastic. There's a little bit of foreshadowing in the beginning of the film. He looks out, he opens the door. Before all this goes down, he looks out, sees his truck parked outside, but there's also this big military truck parked outside that he has. And a little bit of foreshadowing, not really a real spoiler because it happens pretty early in the film, and when you see it, you're going to know this is going to come into play later on down the road. But just the banter between him and this drug dealer, incredible. It really, it packs a punch, and it really does pack a punch. I can't get, I want to watch it again, and I think I'm going to watch it very, very soon, because it was way better than I had high hopes, but it was way better than I really thought it was going to be. At first I was kind of like the first 5 minutes or so, I'm like, is this really going to be that great? Because it does take a few minutes to get going, but wow, once it gets going, it does not let up. Full foot on the gas the rest of the way, and it is just, like I said, the kills are great. Absolutely great. Practical effects for the most part with this film. And this, I mean, I want to say it's like more like, I don't want to really say it's like a horror, because it's not really, it's just, I guess it does have some horror element to it, but it's action, it's gore, it's great. It absolutely is great. It is, VFW, $10. I think it's still like around like $10 on Amazon, and it's definitely worth picking up. The 4K with the Blu Ray, just a really good deal for $10. And if you want, you can have the Try Shudder for 30-day free trial code that comes along with this set. So there you go. Try that out. Shudder's fantastic. And this is actually playing on Shudder right now, but I would absolutely, if you can get it for $10 still, definitely pick it up. This is just a great, great film. And, read the back here just to give you a little idea. In the latest movie from the iconic Fangoria, a typical night for a group of war veterans at the local VFW turns into an all-out battle for survival when a teenage girl runs into the bar with a bag of stolen drugs. Suddenly under attack from a gang of punk mutants looking to get back what's theirs at any cost, the vets use every weapon they can put together to protect the girl and their VFW in the biggest fight of their lives. I mean, yeah, they use everything that they could possibly find to take this gang down. They actually make bombs out of tennis balls, but putting like matches inside. I think they put gasoline inside as well. They really, these guys know. It's like the A-Team, basically. They can use everything. It's like MacGyver and the A-Team mixed together with a lot of gore and a lot of action and just a whole lot of fun. Definitely check out VFW. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Like, subscribe, and comment if you get a chance, and I'll catch you in another episode. Take care.